Anyways, all right. Let me know when you're ready. All right, so next one on my list is Sadist from The Evil Within. Now, when I first played this game, I played it on the PlayStation 4, obviously, but I had a subscription to PlayStation Now, which isn't bad. I don't know if you've ever tried it or not, but I
Yeah, briefly.
actually, there are some things that I'm like, dude, $20 a month to stream a game, you know. I've streamed quite a few games on it, and this was one of them. I really didn't have any, like, I'll be honest, I didn't know what the game was going into it. And I was right from the beginning. Um, so this game wastes no time, and it's another one of those games that Jamie sucks at because you have to hide.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm not good with that. I'm not. It takes me a minute. I'm a slow learner, and so from the beginning, you go into this other realm in the first chapter, and you're hanging upside down with a bunch of other dead bodies, and you got to figure out how to escape. And there's this guy in the other room, the sadist, and he is like chopping up a body. So you have to, figure out this little puzzle and get yourself free, and then you have to immediately start running, and you have to, evade him because he's chasing you down with a chainsaw. That's another thing I don't like sometimes in video games. I don't like being chased with chainsaws.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm like, chainsaw. Like it's gonna get me, for real. I think it's being conditioned from Texas Chainsaw
Yeah, that's what I
Massacre.
was about to say.
But so instantly he starts chasing you with the chainsaw, and you have to evade him and everything. And there's this one scene, it took me forever. And then I'm like, I don't know what to do. He just keeps killing me. And I went and looked it up, and then I was like, oh, I have to hide in the locker from him. It never occurred to me, because once again, I suck at hiding. It never occurred to me to climb into throw a rock and then climb into the locker. So, I have a pattern with this. But the game was really intense, and I did enjoy it. Like, once I got the hang of it, and I thought the story was really good. But you end up running into the characters of Sadist like a few times. He's a reoccurring boss, and every single time, after a while, like, he would show up, and he's one of those like smart AIs, much like Nemesis and or Mr. X from the Resident Evil series. Like, he will follow you, and it's, once again, too, it falls into the like mission specific way of defeating him, because you have to lure him to a certain area and trap him and everything. And the game has like a totally linear path that it wants you to follow, and it's not very forthcoming with the details. So like, you have to really put some brain work into it. But no, I really enjoyed that game. I enjoyed the second one too, and he makes a brief appearance in the Evil Within 2. So, but I also thought just the look of him too, the look of him was really creepy.
Yeah.
And the graphics in that game were so good. Like, I was really impressed with the graphics. I don't know why, because I'm easily impressed, I guess, with shiny things.
Okay, moving right along, right?
Yep.
So, even though it doesn't count as a full game, Lisa from PT, and I think part of it is because of the first person thing, but I know some people get seasick and stuff from that, and like, I have sometimes, but mostly not. It's just that when you see a third person character, you kind of dissociate yourself from it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, if you're in first person, it's you there, and that's your whole field of vision.
Right.
So, I think that's part of, like, why it's... Plus, it's, just in one hallway, so it's, like, sort of claustrophobic, too. And, like, you never know when she's gonna show up, and, like, there's all this random shit and crazy shit going on.
And she's creepy looking.
And she's creepy as fuck looking.
There is a video that I saw where, like, of course, I can't remember all the details, but, like, somebody kind of, like, reversed the cameras in the game
Yeah.
to like look behind you, and she's always following you, like no matter what, she's constantly
Yeah.
following you.
Yeah, I remember when that first
And
came on, when that video first came around. And
now
fuck.
I wanted to add really quick, I just want to add this. So I have no problem with like, I didn't get motion sick from PT.
Yeah.
I play Skyrim and I don't get motion sick, like not all. But for some reason, Resident Evil 7, which was the first time you're not in third person,
Yeah.
you're in first person. For some reason, Resident Evil 7, I got really motion sick.
Mhm.
Like during key things, I'm like, okay, I have to pause, and I'm like sitting there with like my head between my knees. And I think that also helped with my, like, that game gave me like horrible anxiety. But I think it was also because of the motion sickness. Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to
Yeah.
hijack.
Yeah, that's all right. But well, a lot of it was, well, plus, when we first played PT, I mean, people didn't know what it was about or that it was a Silent Hill game.
Right, unless you got to the end and,
And before people had gotten to the end, and it happened really quick, like within 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
And then it started going around, and, I think, I mean, it looked really awesome, like the graphics and like the reflections on things in particular. And then, things that stood out to me was
Norman Reedus looked very much so like Norman Reedus. Like,
yes.
I think they did pretty good detailing that.
Yes, him too. But then, like, just weird things, like you have to look through the little peephole into the bathroom, and then you get all this backstory, and like the fetus is fucking talking, and there's a paper bag that talks sometimes.
Yeah.
Fuck is that?
I don't know why, but the sink fetus freaked me out.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's because you don't know what to expect, and like it basically, takes on the Eraserhead baby vibe.
Stop crying at me, kid.
Yeah.
That was because every time I would go by, I would hear like, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Smeared with blood and shit.
Yeah.
Stink.
Oh my god.
And just random encounters in general, it can be creepy.
Yeah, and well,
like there's the window, there's the balcony, there's the bathroom.
What part is it? It's when you're like, you're going through the hallway and it's playing like it's a TV or a radio.
Yeah, there's a radio.
And then you're hearing like the news part.
Yeah, about a murder.
Yes, and then you get into like this landing, like there's the front door, and then there's a
balcony over top of like the front door area.
Yes. And then like there's lightning that happens, and then if you look up there though, there's like a dead guy. Or is it no, it's not Lisa. It's a guy.
Well, there was a fridge at some point too, and it was dripping blood, and it was like covered in like it was like wrapped in rope, swinging.
Or was it the answering machine?
Yeah,
standing in there, and then the answering machine. There's the news, and then the answering machine hits, and that's what I thought triggered the dude. Because I happened to turn, and it like a lightning flash happened. And then I could see like the dude up there.
Well, you go through a bunch of times, and different things happen every time. And like the one time it turns red, and there's eyeballs in the paintings, and
And that's what I thought was neat, though, is like even though every time you went through, like each pass was different. Like there was like a different.
I like the glitchy path best myself because like you start getting these weird scroll bars and like just screen keeps glitching out and just like weird messages you get and stuff. Also, the best fucking thing to me, this has nothing to do with Lisa, best fucking thing in the puzzle is one of the puzzle pieces is hidden on the menu screen. And who the fuck does that?
Right? Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
what it also reminded me of too. And I just want to throw this out there because you know that I've played these and I did the first one. I streamed the first one on Twitch. Layers of Fear.
Yeah.
Playing PT reminded me of Layers of Fear and Layers of Fear 2. And I know you watched me playing Layers of Fear where you're just like running down the same hallway, complete and utter mindfuck. And I enjoy those. So my last one on my list is Garrador from Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was actually when I broke up with my video game boyfriend, Leon S. Kennedy. I was so mad at that game because I would just get stuck. Like, it was another one of those, like, getting totally fucked by autosave games. And, and this was one of the fights where I got totally stuck. And it's because, once again, I'm too dumb to pay attention and realize what the game wants you to do. And you go in to this like basement chamber where this boss is like stuck in the wall, and he's got these like massive claws. He is like an undead cracked out Wolverine. And there's these bells in the room, and you have to hit the bells. Well, the noise distracts him because, once again, you have to hide too. You have to be quiet and hide, and I'm once again really bad with that and mission specific things. And so you have to hit the bells. It makes a noise, and he just goes like right to it. Well, I didn't see the bells at first because it kind of like spits you out in there, and you're like, I was looking around, and next thing I know, this thing was like stabbing the shit out of me. So it turned into that we're gonna die a bunch of times. And until I finally figured out that if I shoot the bells, they make noise and he gets them. Well, there's also, you can hit the bells with the combat knife. And yeah, so I ran out of bullets and couldn't kill him forever. And yeah, it was so frustrating. But I actually liked, at that point in time in the Resident Evil series, which when it came out, when 4 came out on PlayStation 2, they had done like a complete like graphics overhaul, and those games always looked good, but that one, I remember like it looked so just graphically pretty. And it had the the stupid monster things that I hate, that you shoot the zombie in the head like you're supposed to, and then like this like spinning blade tentacle thing comes out of their neck stump to kill you still. And yeah, he's got one of those monsters on his back, and you're supposed to get him to go to the bell and then shoot the thing on the back of his neck, to kill him. And yeah, took me a lot of time, but just the look and the design that they did, at the time I just remember being really impressed. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's so awesome. So yeah, that wraps it up for me with mine. Although I did want to mention, because I can't not, and I figured this is something we could both agree on. I think for me though, the one boss that always got me, no matter what, is always Walter. Silent Hill 4, The Room,
Yeah.
and the chainsaw. Like, I remember originally playing that game, and I'd be like sitting in the room, in the middle of the living room by myself in the dark, and like, oh my god, the scene where you have Jasper's burning corpse, and you go to walk out, and it's like all of a sudden like, who the fuck gave Walter a chainsaw?
Yeah.
And yeah, and then my other one too are the creepy twin. What are they called?
Twin victims.
Yeah, fuck those things. No.
They're just
It's the
pointing at you.
hands. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, the hands and the masks like freak me out. And yeah, so it was like a double whammy of like anxiety because I'm getting chased by Walter. Some asshole gave him a chainsaw, and then I've got the things pointing at me and slapping me around while he hits me from behind with a chainsaw. And I think at that point in time in my game too, like, Eileen was freaking out.
And swearing and stuff.
Yeah, and hitting me, and then I'm like, what's hitting me? And I never thought it was Eileen hitting me with like a riding crop. But I'm like, what the hell? But thank you guys for watching, and have a good weekend,
Later,
wherever.
friends.
See ya.
Oh.
I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for watching. And if you enjoy videos like this, go ahead and remember to like us on Facebook and also subscribe on YouTube. Or if you want to, you can go to our website. We have all of our information there. And also email us. If you have a topic idea that you'd like to see, go ahead, email us. Or, just email us one of your creepy and weird stories or photos. You have an experience you want to share?
go ahead and share it with us, and then we will read it on the air.